If you're such a rule follower, then watching us wouldn't be breaking any rules, would it, coach?
Oh my God, Isaiah.
You dirty dog. Coach. Both.
That's one way to start a book discussion. I believe the technical term is voyeurism, not rule following. I'm fairly certain some rules were broken. Somewhere. Probably.
Rules are meant to be broken, especially when there's a hot rugby player, a grumpy ex-coach, and a personal trainer who looks like he was sculpted by Michelangelo himself.
Michelangelo probably wouldn't have sculpted someone who refers to himself as a pleasure dom. Just a thought.
Calm. Welcome back to Heart Book Radio, the only show brave enough to tackle the literary equivalent of a three-way tackle. Today, we're diving headfirst into Sloan Spencer's Every Move You Make, a book that's less romance and more romanticized stalking with a side of six-pack abs.
That's inaccurate. It's a polyamorous romance exploring themes of consent, power dynamics, and
rugby. Don't forget the rugby. Sweaty, muscular bodies colliding. It's practically Shakespearean.
I highly doubt Shakespeare wrote about Daddy Dom Vibus, which, by the way, is a phrase I never want to hear again.
Calm. You're just jealous you didn't think of it first. Calm. Remember last week when you said Pride and Prejudice needed more zombies?
That was a hypothetical, and it would have improved the pacing.
All right, let's talk characters. First up, we have Isaiah, the grumpy ex-rugby player turned coach. This guy's been sweet stalking. Their words, not mine, our leading lady, Robyn, for years. Yeah, ours.
Sweet stalking is a problematic term. It romanticizes obsessive behavior.
Oh, come on. He's just a shy, misunderstood virgin who needs a little guidance. And by guidance, calm. A three-way relationship with a gorgeous rugby star and a personal trainer who could bench press both of us.
Fairly certain that's not the definition of guidance in any reputable dictionary. And let's not forget, Isaiah is also incredibly controlling, even before the throuple situation. He's basically a walking red flag factory.
He's a teddy bear. A grumpy, possessive teddy bear with a secret submissive side. My ex was like that, except instead of rugby, he was obsessed with competitive eating contests. And he wasn't submissive. Or attractive. Okay. Maybe Isaiah's not like my ex.
I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Then there's Robyn, the rugby goddess. She's fierce, she's feminine. She's surprisingly insecure for a professional athlete. Come on, girl, you're a rock star. Own it.
Body image issues are a serious concern, even for athletes. It's a reflection of societal pressures.
Blah, blah, societal pressures. She needs a good pep talk, and maybe a shopping spree. And a date with Dell. Speaking of Dell.
Pleasure Dom, personal trainer. The catalyst for this entire situation.
He's the glue. The delicious, bisexual glue that holds this whole messy, beautiful throuple together. He's like a golden retriever, but with kink.
I'm not even going to touch that analogy. But I will say, his blurring of professional boundaries is highly unethical. Trainer-client relationships are a minefield.
Come. Oh, lighten up. It's fiction. Besides, who wouldn't want to be trained by a guy who looks like that? I'd pay him to yell at me.
I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would.
So, the million-dollar question. Is this book actually any good? Or is it just a gloriously trashy train? Right.
It's complicated. The writing is surprisingly engaging. The characters are well developed, even if some of their choices are questionable.
Questionable. Calm. They're having a three-way relationship orchestrated by a personal trainer who's also dating the coach, who's been stalking the rugby player. That's not questionable. That's a reality show waiting to happen.
But the book does explore the complexities of polyamory, the challenges of communication, the
Calm. Don't forget the kink. Praise kink. Daddy kink. Pleasure dom. It's a whole new world.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. Let's look at some reviews. One reviewer called it a surprisingly wholesome exploration of polyamory. Another said, "Phew, I was worried someone would feel left out, but there was equal time for everyone."
Equal time. Like a timeshare? Okay. Robyn, you get Isaiah on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Del gets him on Wednesdays and Fridays. And weekends are for group activities.
That's not how it works. And then there are the negative reviews. People are furious about the third act breakup. They call it rushed and unnecessary.
Calm. Of course it's unnecessary. Nobody wants a breakup in a throuple. Huh. That's like ordering a pizza and then throwing away the crust. It's the best part.
I disagree. The breakup adds dramatic tension. It forces the characters to confront their insecurities.
It's a buzzkill, a total buzzkill, and the ending. Rushed. Like they ran out of pages and just slapped on a happily ever after.
I will admit, the epilogues felt a bit abrupt. But overall, I think the book is provocative. It challenges societal norms. It explores unconventional relationships.
It's a hot mess. A glorious, steamy, rugby-fueled hot mess. And I loved every minute of it.
So, final verdict. What's our absurd rating system for this one?
I give it 9 out of 10 sweaty rugby balls. 1 point deducted for the unnecessary breakup. And because I'm still not entirely sure what a pleasure dom is, but I'm pretty sure I want one.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 ethically questionable decisions. It's well written, but the sweet stalking and the trainer-client dynamic are problematic, to say the least.
You're such a downer.
And you're incorrigible.
Calm. Join us next week when we tackle the existential dread of a left sock, a philosophical treatise on laundry and the meaning of life.
That's not a real book.
It is in my mind. It is in my mind. This is Owen, signing off from Heart Book Radio.